Good night of Shabbos. So we're here in the day after Yom Kippur. It's called God's Tug, God's Naamעn. It's called God's Naamעn because B'Pashtus is today we're all tzaddikim. We all went in to Kodesh Kodeshim, and we came out. We made it out. So we were cleansed. We went through it. We went through it. You don't come out. You go through it. So everything is white. Everything is clean. Everything is untwisted. We are fully aligned with Etzem. That's what we experienced yesterday. Atzmas doesn't want anything, doesn't need anything, it just is. And therefore it's God's tug, it's a tug that we just are. And today's Tanya is very, very, very powerful Tanya. Talking mamash about the inyanim over here. It lines up with the parsha. We're finishing up from all the, so to speak, brachas that we received. That if we're not going to do this and if we're not going to do that, there's going to be a squeeze coming down. And ultimately, it finishes in pasuk Mem Gimel, V'nakam yashav l'tzara v'chipra admasei amay. And the Eibshter is going to forgive the admasei for all the tzaras that came upon us and everything that we didn't align ourselves with. So Adama, as we know already, is Malchus Datzilis is called Adama. We are also Malchus. Malchus is Leslie Megar Maklum. We know that Malchus doesn't need anything, it doesn't want anything, it just is. And from that koyach that it just is, it has the koyach to be anything it needs to be, anything it wants to be. Because if I get in the way, if I'm putting, as we said, if I ask for something, if I put the letters in the way, then I'm already interfering with the flow. I'm already bending it, I'm already doing, which is fine, we can do this, but not when we go into the motherboard, to the Etzem Azachalayim, which is Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, which we spoke about, Shafa and Oyer. So right now is, as the Alter Rebbe is saying in Tanya today, when you put in a seed in earth, and it's a Chassidus concept, it's the basics. In order for the fruit, the tree to grow, the seed has to completely rot. It has to become fulfilled completely. It has to become completely nothing. It's mavatl itself to the ground, to aretz, and from that place it starts growing a tree. And you can't compare a tree that grows from something that was planted, that we put stuff in there, which is called Mein Nukven, and we did a Pa'ula Sirusa Lasata, I applied myself to it, and a tree that comes out from that place, to a tree that just grows wild. Because it's way more chashivas and has way more color in something that I put in and I did the work for and I work with in order for it to grow. And this is all a reflection. It's a real-time mashal. It just shows us how, it's something that we can reflect and see where it goes from level to level. So the same way there is a level of earth where I'm putting in a seed and from there grows a tree, so too we are Malchus, Leslie Megar Maklum. And when I apply myself, when I put into my relationship, you can't compare the relationship I have with my children, with my wife, with myself. I can't compare the relationship when I'm just in status quo, I'm doing everything is fine, where I'm applying and I say something and I trigger, I say, you're so amazing, and appreciation, and seeing the kids, what did you do today, what did you learn today, what type of a tree, what type of response comes out of that. So now that we finished the Binyan HaMalchus, we went into Kodesh Kodeshim where we completely surrendered to everything. We became one, we became white, there's nothing, no color, just Atzmas. A reflection, not Atzmas, a reflection of, we allowed Atzmas to reflect on us. We became a backboard for Atzmas that it can mirror back. So from there, we can start growing a proper tree where we're going to be going in first to Shabbos. We have the break of Shabbos, and then we're going to be going into Sukkot, which we're going into Makifim, where we're able to integrate all that within. We're going to, B'ezrat Hashem, get into that. There should be it should be Shefa, so we'll be able to get into it next week. But for now, let's go into Shabbos with an easy, light heart. And we're getting in today's the first day after the month and a half that we were doing our avodah from Mitoch Yir HaMelech HaKodesh, Hamelech is, remember we said Kaddish is Kaddish and Mivdal, and that like it's Ugatin, it's Ugesteld, and the only way I'm connecting to Melech HaKaddish is by being not in the negative force. I'm not. Anything I'm imagining, it's not this, not that, because Kaddish is Kaddish and Muvla. Anything I can imagine, it's not this, and it's not this. Any Madrega I get to, a higher level, a higher Madrega, it's not even that, it's even higher than that. So from that place, it's like, oh my, I find myself breathless, and I find myself in a place of complete symptom and squeeze, and from there I'm able to connect to something so powerful and something that's less than machshava tvisa beklal. Remember, we're talking about atzmas that it can't reflect on anything but on something that's offer, something that's completely null and void, something that's completely surrendered to the point where fire can burn it. This is who we are. That's what we need to get to, one way or another. We have to get to ground zero. Of course, within the guf, within the body, that's the avodah. To just go out of Mesiras Nefesh is easy. You jump and it's out. But he wants it dirba tachtanim. He wants it in the kelim. So now that we are completely surrendered, we understand now. We're cleared the way of what it is. Now we can start binyan malchus. And it's also important to know that Rebbe stresses this today in Tanya, the Alter Rebbe. It's very powerful. This Welt here is Tachlis HaKavan, and this is what he wanted, and this is the only thing that can connect to the Zachalen. Because we already know that Malchus, the bottom of Malchus, Ragel Yardim, the bottom, the feet, the bottom of Malchus meets Keser. Right? Malchus of Atzilus meets Keser of Bria. So we are here on the bottom of Imke Klippus. It doesn't get any more bottom than where we are in Olam Asiyah, physical Welt, physical attachments. And Taka in this place, this is where it's Tachas HaKavana, this is where we can connect to Keser. This is when the seed is completely rotted away. It's completely out, surrendered. And this is where we can meet Malchus, we can meet Keser, where Keser Malchus Berosha, we can meet Keser from a place in physical Welt. So this is where we're standing here right now, to understand as to what a Yid is, who Bnei Yisrael are, what our job over here is, to meet Atzmas, Ein Sof, in Guf, to be able to reflect that. So it should be Zina Shemaim, V'aretzim Refi, it's Seichel Machshava, bringing it into Guf, into Aretz, into Malchus, and we should plant the trees. There should be a tree of tremendous bracha, color, our Beis HaMikdash, to build our Beis HaMikdash, and to wake up to it, to wake up to have the emunah and step into that. And also as it's brought down, that the reason we're not doing, to go back to the Nakuda, we're not doing any of this now, Chaz v'Chalila, is not because of Yira, but because of love. We're starting the program of love. Ava is stepping in now. I started it, I didn't finish. So we have a month and a half of Yira, restriction, symptom, and now I'm stepping in from love, because real Dveikas does not come from Tzimtzum, it does not come from Kaddish. When it's Kaddish, it's like, I'm afraid, Yira, oh, not fear, oh. But now, after I finish that, and I walk through the Kodesh Kodeshim, now I'm starting to connect into Ava. So the next 4 days is the days that we step into, we're preparing ourselves to then to be able to go into the incubator, that we walk into the sukkah, and we're starting to integrate the mitzvahs and everything that we're doing with Ava. Have an awesome Shabbos, and don't forget to say multiple times. Multiple. All right.